Yes, hello YouTube and welcome to my monthly lineup challenge for December. So let's see how consistent I can be. The aim of this, as always, is to firstly get a break over 50 and then hopefully across all of the breaks is to get an average break above 50. And the cue ball on the left hand side just underneath the score, using the red dot, is roughly where I'm trying to hit the cue ball if this is the first time you're joining me with one of these, and thank you very much if it is your first time here. So maybe a little bit closer to the reds than I wanted on this one, but it does mean that I can just roll it in like that and leave myself the high black into the opposite corner. So playing this one with a trace of side just to make sure it doesn't end up too close to the reds. And as many of these as possible are going to be sort of softer rolling shots, unless it is a relatively straightforward sort of stun or a screw shot onto the next ball. But they're having to utilise a couple of cushions to get back out to make sure I'm on the next ball. You see they're just slightly below centre, just nudging it across slightly, but then I'd ended up a little bit straight, so trying to get the cue ball to go away from the reds there with a bit of side on that one. The helicopter buzzing over my head. So yes, I'd ended up low on that red, which meant I couldn't play for the black. So just below centre, so just trying to control the cue ball a little bit, but in trying to do so, I've missed the pink, unfortunately. So that was a break of 41, and on to break number 2. I am doing these in ascending order, so you know that this break is going to be above 41, but how much is this going to be above 41? And opted to start with reds further away from the black this time. Hopefully that means that by the time I get up into the 30s and or 40s, I'll have more reds that are readily available closer to the black, so I can then get a higher break with less cue ball travel. That's why I'm opting to take this red to the middle and screw it back slightly. So over the time of playing, the last, I don't know, 6 months or so, I've definitely got more confident with those high blacks, especially with leaving the cue ball quite some distance away, which is why I didn't mind leaving that last black. Just means that you can then, I suppose, hit it a bit softer. So now I'm going to concentrate on the 4 reds around the black. A little bit short with that one, so I'm going to have to... That one's a stabby, nippy screw shot, so really gentle but quite stabby, just to make sure you get the reaction as quickly as possible, rather than having a nice fluid stroke and letting the cue ball do the work. You're trying to force it to do the work quicker. So let's just try and get rid of this hardest of the reds left available. So there's 49, the black for the 50. So again, low on this black, so I want to be a little bit nippy with this one, so try not to cannon the red above the black, but I have. Doesn't matter so much actually, because it's pushed it into a more possible position, but it does mean that I might be cannoning into the black. Yeah, see, I've taken my eyes off the red there because, excuse me, I was looking more at the black, so I've missed that one. But that was a break of 56, so that is target acquired, shall we say. So this one is going to be at least 56, maybe more. But break number 2 was all reds and blacks up to that point, wasn't it? So let's see if I can continue in the same vein. That would be nice, wouldn't it? But yes, opted to go back to, excuse me, being closer to the black to begin with, just to give myself a little bit more chance at freeing it up to begin with. So from this point the black is free. Got no worry of cannoning into the 3 reds closest to the black. Now can I dispatch this one? So no need for side there, playing it fairly firmly just below centre. That's really widened the angle and the way that it then came off the cushion, so I have to try and get back to the reds off of a couple of cushions from that one, which I've managed to do. So I'm not happy with either the ball that I was going to take or the way that I was queuing up to it. Excuse me. So stood up, readjusted myself. I think I was initially going to play that as a little bit of a screw shot, but then wanted the white to be on the other side of the table. Oh, that one wobbled, didn't it? Concentrating on leaving myself a high black. Don't want to leave myself straight at any point, because that would be, at least at this point, disastrous, as there's no reds directly around the black. So this is the last of the reds closest to the black. That one's wobbled in, but played at nice gentle pace. Again, high black. So playing this with top just to run it, and then a little bit of side. As you can see there, it's pulled it away from the line of reds to leave myself an easier positional shot. As you can see, they're queuing just slightly to the right of centre as well, just to help the cue ball on its way, making sure I leave myself a high blue. But as you can see with the way I'm looking, I've actually left myself plumb straight, which is not what I was going for. So yes, as you can see with the cue ball there, I was playing that with an awful lot of left hand side, essentially hitting the blue to miss it to the left hand jaw, and then using the side to get down the table. But I haven't played that one particularly well. So we're up into the 60s, we're on 63, the black for 70. No, just overcut it. And look what that white is, that's absolutely abysmal. That would have been an awful shot had that gone in. Well, it was an awful shot. Okay, so on to the next break. As you can see, I'm on a different table and in different attire. So this, excuse me, this one, I'd come into the club, had a bit of a warm-up. This was actually the first one that I attempted before I had to go off to work, and then came back and this table was in use, so I had to move on to the other table. And this one is actually the championship table, so this one's a lot tighter than the one you normally see me playing on. This one's normally taken up by, I would say, one of the club pros. He's not far off of it, to be fair. So we know this break is going to be at least 63. But just where can I get to? So now I'm just going to play for that second red below the black. Let's just get rid of that one. Again, so if I need to play on and off the cushion at any point, which I should do, leaving myself a high black, then I won't run the risk of cannoning into that one. Now, as you can see there, I didn't want to go too far up the table, but it does mean that I've left myself low. So again, a grabby screw, can I avoid the cannon, which I have managed to do that. And I've left myself a choice of 2 or 3 reds. So opting for this one to the middle, but also, yes, I was low on that one, so just bringing it back for the pink. Not concentrating on the black 100%. Just want to see how far I can go with this. And as you can see, just about getting it to the pocket. Not moving the white too much. As you can see by the graphic there, I was using just a trace of side there. Just enough to get it to come away from the line. Away from the black. And same again there. Just being nice and delicate. Not every shot has to hit the leather. In fact, it's much nicer if, for me at least, if the balls just float and then gently drop in. Normally means that you've got good control of the cue ball. But here, you can see where I'm hitting, cueing down quite low. Oh, excuse me, trying to use the 2 cushions to come round the angles. I was playing for one of the 2 reds above the pink, but this table, where it's so fast, I didn't think I'd actually hit it that heavy. And thankfully, there is a red above the blue spot, and it does go past the blue down to the corner. So just roll this one in nice and gently. Leave myself on that pink. Again, slightly below, just slightly below centre, just to hold the cue ball a little bit. You know, I'm not playing a stun shot, not playing a screw shot, just slowing it down. The less mileage you can do with that cue ball, the better, and the higher your breaks will be. And hopefully, 1 or 2 of you might, I don't want to use the word learn something from me, but you might inadvertently do that. See the way that I'm striking the cue ball and where I'm positioning the tip. It might work for you, it might not. So, black for 75. Oh, just jawed it. Yes, very, very frustrated. I put the white in a reasonable position. So I think this is the last one where I'm again deciding to play up on one of the top reds, and I'd position the cue ball where I was playing a shot so I could see if I could reverse screw it off the side cushion, and then which worked nicely. And I've just caught that red, the bottom one, which has essentially helped the cue ball away from the line of reds. Now, sort of centre or maybe half a tip down from it, and striking it firmly, and then that was what's allowed the cue ball to come away. Be nicely on the next ball from here. So I'm actually a few degrees high on this one, which means that I can play it with a little bit of bottom, a little bit of left, and get it back down towards the black. Probably would have been a safer shot to play for the pink, but I'm being greedy at this point. Now I'm going to try and get rid of... Am I going to take the bottom one of these two? No, I think I'm just going to take the one that I'm closest to begin with, because it was a nice delicate shot just to get the white back up for the black. Now I'm going to play for the one that's closest to the cushion, just a nice little bounce, and that should leave me a choice of rolling through for the black into the pocket I'm standing next to, or screwing it in and not having to walk around the table. So at least here it means that, or in this situation, you know where I'm doing a lineup, and so other balls aren't going to be in the way, so you can essentially play those lazy shots. So a bit closer to the cushion than I wanted, but I managed to push the cue through straight and clean. And where I was just off straight, utilising those cushions again to get the cue ball up towards the line. So leaving myself... How have I left that? I think I've actually left myself straight, which wasn't brilliant. And yeah, it would probably have been a better idea to take the one closest to the black, but I'd realised at this point that I am all reds and blacks. And I felt like I was cueing particularly nicely. So up into the 70s, as I say, we're all blacks at the moment. So just making sure I've left myself high on this, so that's a decent place to leave it. Now, what would you do in this position? I've got, there's a red that's directly above the pink, but that would be a slightly stretchy shot. I could play it left-handed or with the rest, but I prefer this red. So we're in 10 reds, 10 blacks. Playing this with a tracer run inside. Oh no! Oh. Yes, there's me counting up exactly what I'd done. So, last break there of 80.
On to the results now, and 5 reasonably good breaks. We had 4 over the 50 mark. I am using my other phone here to look at the information that you've got on your screen. First one was a 41, 56, 63, 68, and that 80 at the end there, which was a little bit unfortunate that I misjudged how much the throw was going to be. Otherwise I would have stayed on the black and maybe could have continued and maybe could have got a ton, but didn't. It does mean that the average is 62 across the 5 breaks, so that's very good that it's stayed over 50. And hopefully in January I'll maybe get closer to another ton, but we will have to wait and see. Anyway, this video is coming out on Sunday the 17th December, so as you can see behind me there's my tree, a few lights on it. I'm here like the normal bloke thing and doing some, this isn't really last minute wrapping, is it? This is actually me being prepared. I hope you guys and girls are, and I will see you very, very soon for the QTube Invitational games. Do look forward to that. There's some good shots and there's some bad shots in that, but more importantly, it was lovely to go and meet the other YouTube channels and have a nice day's snooker with them, really. So I look forward to seeing you for those frames, but for now, everyone, take care.